Washington County Government welcomes you to the 2020 State of the County.
The Board of County Commissioners, along with Washington County staff, would like to share our accomplishments from 2019 and look forward to planned progress for 2020. It is with clear vision we look forward to providing each citizen and business in Washington County with the very best opportunity to access and utilize county services. With motivated staff, the county is here to serve its citizens, collaborate with businesses, organizations, and elected officials, all for the benefit of Washington County in accordance with local law, ordinances, and policy. Today, you will see where our taxpayers' dollars are being allocated across 5 specific areas: education, public safety, infrastructure, economic development, and human services.
In 2019, Washington County Government welcomed several new faces to leadership positions. With approximately 50 employees retiring, the county looks to move forward with trusted and respected leaders in place. The county welcomed Kirk Downey as the interim county administrator in November, while also remaining in his role as county attorney. The county also appointed 4 new directors in 2019. Several new boards and commissions were established this year. Those include the reinstitution of the Building Code Board of Appeals, the Disabilities Advisory Committee, the Washington County Community Health Advisory Commission, and the Veterans Advisory Committee. The Diversity and Inclusion Committee also held a listening tour throughout the county to learn the needs of our citizens. With these additions, the county continues to build momentum to make Washington County the ideal place to live, work, and play. In May 2019, the Board of County Commissioners passed a general fund budget of $233,782,190 for fiscal year 2020 and a capital improvement plan of $56,319,000. The Commissioners voted to approve an income tax increase from 2.8% to 3.2%. This tax rate increase was made to balance the budget, leverage additional state funds, and to meet critical staffing needs for public safety personnel. The county's general fund budget is allocated to provide services in the following way. Here is a breakdown of where each general fund dollar is spent in Washington County, with percentages coming from the general fund budget. In 2019, 49% of Washington County government's general fund budget was allocated to education. Educational institutions in our county provide growth and development for the future leaders in our community.
Education is a cornerstone in our community. As we work through new funding models for the future of education, the county remains committed to providing the best educational experiences for our students. We recognize the importance of providing resources for our faculty and staff from pre-K through post-secondary education. We look forward to continued growth and partnership opportunities in Washington County.
Washington County government provided funding for several education projects in 2019. These projects include the new Sharpsburg Elementary School, which is scheduled to be completed by the summer of 2020 for the opening of the 2020-2021 school year. The partnership between county staff, the contractors, and the Board of Education staff has allowed the construction to progress well. The Urban Educational Complex Expansion Project is being completed in conjunction with the Maryland Theater and involves the construction of an educational facility by a private developer for the Washington County Board of Education. This facility is located between the Maryland Theater and the highly successful Barbara Ingram School for the Arts, increasing the capacity of BISFA to 553 students, including the addition of computer game development and animation, along with digital communications. The facility is projected to cost $19.5 million based on state budgetary guidelines. In August 2019, juniors and seniors attending Washington County Technical High School are now able to participate in the Career and Technical Education Early College Program at HCC. This provides additional pathways for high school students to earn early college credit by completing the CATE program in high school, then seamlessly transitioning to HCC for an associate's degree or specialized certification in a career and technology education area. The county looks forward to continued collaboration with the Washington County Board of Education, Hagerstown Community College, USMH, and all other educational programs as we continue to grow, develop, and sustain educational efforts in our community. Another integral part of making this county a great place to live is providing safety for our citizens. Public safety accounts for 23% of the county's general fund budget.
More than ever, public safety is a priority in Washington County. The Board of County Commissioners is working closely with emergency services and fire and rescue to plan for the future of public safety. With a new Public Safety Training Center and the hiring of many new positions, we are creating a sustainable plan for the men and women who dedicate their lives to providing safety and security for our citizens. It is with great thanks that we give honor to those who are there when you need them, even on the worst day of your life.
In 2019, the Division of Emergency Services, in partnership with the Washington County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association and its 26 independent volunteer fire and EMS companies, have continued the development and implementation of programs that will help better protect and serve the citizens of Washington County. In doing so, our stated goal has been to create a sustainable organizational plan for volunteers and career employees alike, thus ensuring the best use of taxpayer funds that to continue to support our needs. The Board of County Commissioners remain committed to ensuring the safety and wellness of the citizen visitors to Washington County and to produce financial and operational accountability to the public. It is important to note that current volunteer-based initiatives provided by the Board total just over $7 million of recurring annual expenses. It is projected that an additional $4.8 million of recurring annual expenses will be needed in upcoming budget cycles, likely bringing that total to over $12 million. These costs will include the addition of career staffing as well as additional volunteer incentives to help our volunteer departments meet the continued increasing costs for the provision of emergency services to your community. The cost also includes additional funding to hire 4 additional communications specialists for the 911 center that are needed to better handle overtime and increases in call volumes. The cost for these new positions alone is over $260,000. To further support our volunteers, the Board of County Commissioners have authorized the hiring of a volunteer coordinator to aid in the management of volunteer-based programs and additional support functions. Added to the volunteer financial support will be over $5,000 in new volunteer-based incentives, all of which are intended to better incentivize and reward volunteer participation in fundraising activities. The Board of County Commissioners have dedicated $11.5 million in new capital investments that will support public safety. These new capital investments will be utilized for the construction of the new Public Safety Training Center. The new center will build and train our current and new volunteers and career workforce as future needs dictate. In 2019, the Board of County Commissioners took the step of beginning financial audits, as well as a review of agreed-upon procedures for the independent volunteer fire and EMS companies. This step is intended to foster transparency and openness in the use of taxpayer dollars. Also included in this process was implementation of stronger program control measures to ensure real-time qualification of expenses that are submitted for county reimbursement from the volunteer companies. The implementation of greater financial oversight of taxpayer monies will play a key role in creating a sustainable, long-range plan for fire and EMS services within Washington County.
Notable accomplishments for fire and EMS include construction of the Public Safety Training Center, the completion of an MOU between the City and County for fire, rescue, and EMS, the purchase of a new hazardous materials unit, and the completion of an active assailant response drill. The 911 Center's most notable accomplishment was the approval to hire 4 additional emergency communications specialists. In 2019, the Division of Emergency Services, in collaboration with GIS and Planning and Zoning, did a soft launch of NextGen 911. This initiative includes address updating that is required as part of NextGen 911 and was officially launched this January. Washington County continues to support the needs of the volunteer fire and rescue community. A DES volunteer coordinator liaison position will be hired to help foster communications and management of volunteer-related programs. The Division of Emergency Services continued staffing of volunteer fire stations with part-time firefighters, and updates were made to the firefighter staffing plan, which include a regional approach that places 3 firefighters 24 hours each day, placed in 4 strategically located fire stations throughout Washington County.
In 2019, the Washington County Sheriff's Office established 2 new programs through the partnerships in the county. The Law Enforcement Assisted Diversion Program, LEAD, was established in partnership with the Health Department, Turning Point, and several organizations that divert individuals with minor offenses that could benefit more from services being provided rather than incarceration and going through the judicial system. We also established the Washington County Police Academy in partnership with the Hagerstown Community College and the Hagerstown Police Department. Graduation of the first Police Academy class was held in October. The Sheriff's Office is looking forward to the construction of the first phase of the Public Safety Training Center and additional training with fire and EMS partners on rescue task forces for active assailant events.
While public safety and education encompass a large percentage of the county's general fund, infrastructure plays an integral role in the development and expansion of the county and its services.
Infrastructure is the bridge to the growth and development in Washington County. We have broken ground on several infrastructure-related projects this year, including the much-anticipated Public Safety Training Center. County divisions and departments have been working together to make our roadways, bridges, culverts, and other infrastructure needs safe for citizens, providing easier accessibility across the county and repairing or constructing projects to provide additional citizen services.
As we enter into the second year of the Making Connections campaign, we are excited to highlight the progress of the public-private partnerships that are bridging the way for new development and growth opportunities. Construction of Phase 1 at Creighton Boulevard has been completed, and Phase 2 is anticipated to be completed in the spring of 2020. A groundbreaking ceremony was held at Colonel Henry K. Douglas Drive in the spring and is in its final stage of completion. Phase 1 and grading for Phase 2 of the Professional Boulevard Bridge is anticipated to begin soon. The county has initiated the design phase for Halfway Boulevard, and construction will follow. In November, the county broke ground for Phase 1 of the new Public Safety Training Center. Located on a parcel of 48.9 acres directly off Sharpsburg Pike, the training center will be addressed 18350 Public Safety Place, Hagerstown, Maryland. This training facility will be utilized by police, fire, and emergency services personnel serving in Washington County. The first phase will involve site work, utilities, and paving, ultimately laying the groundwork for the training center building, with projected completion in the spring of 2020. Phase 2 is anticipated to begin in the spring of 2020 and will involve construction of an approximately 30,000 square foot training building that includes classrooms, offices, break room, weight room, locker rooms, and a multi-purpose room. Projected cost for the training facility is an estimated $11.5 million. In addition to the Making Connections projects and the Public Safety Training Center, there are several other notable projects which include the restoration of Poffenberger Road stone arch bridges, the completion of 11 miles of hot mix asphalt paving and 14 miles of crack filling roads, 29 miles of chip and seal, completion of county parking facilities, completion of bus shelters, the completion of the Register of Wills office renovation, completion of the Maryland Theater as part of the Urban Improvement Project, and the completion of several projects from the 2018 South County flood event that include Garrett's Mill Road Bridge, McCoy's Road Culvert, and Chestnut Road Culvert. Repairs to Back Road have been approved, and the road is under construction. The Board of Elections also received approval from the Board of County Commissioners for a new location at 17718 Virginia Avenue. This space will provide administrative offices and will be home to the early voting center. The Highway Department completed road and drainage improvements to Kemps Mill and Cool Hollow roads. The Division of Construction completed the state-mandated code adoption process to incorporate the 2018 Maryland Building Performance Standards. Full implementation will occur March 1, 2020. Other notable accomplishments from the Division of Construction include maintaining 24 hours or less response time to all inspection requests, performed almost 27,000 building and trade inspections, over 3,000 construction inspections, and almost 2,000 commercial and residential plan reviews, and provided inspection services for 25 capital improvement projects. Other accomplishments from within this division include all permit technicians earn their International Code Council Permit Technician certification, and reactivated quarterly outreach meetings to keep the public better informed on the operations of the division. Plan Review and Permitting is looking forward to rolling out required upgrades to Acela that will include new features to better assist both employees and customers, begin the process of updating the Stormwater Management Ordinance, and implement a term and definition for short-term rentals like Airbnb to the zoning ordinance. During the past year, Public Works has identified community and program needs and implemented a 5-year Parks Capital Improvement Project program. Looking forward, this division hopes to complete the Antietam Water Trail project by securing remaining public access locations and developing site amenities. Our Solid Waste Department completed a retaining wall placement project at the Kessel Road Transfer Station while continuing to look for a new waster diversion programs and opportunities to expand the recycling programs. Over 128,000 tons of trash was collected in fiscal year 2019, which is up over 17,000 tons from the previous year. In order to meet the guidelines for the Maryland Department of Environment MS4 General Permit, a street sweeper was launched last year as part of the Washington County's Clean County Initiative. In just over a year, over 1 million pounds of debris has been collected from the sweeper. The goal of the street sweeper is to aid in the county's compliance with the general permit that will reduce stormwater pollutants in local waterways and support the goal of improving local water quality and contributing to long-standing efforts to restore the Chesapeake Bay. The Division of Environmental Management participated in various tree plantings at local schools and in communities. There were also several rubbish roundups held by community groups to help clean up trash and debris in our streets and waterways. The Department of Water Quality continues to be part of the State of Maryland's Youth Apprenticeship Program. While infrastructure, education, and public safety encompass a large percentage of the county's general fund, there are many other human services the county has to offer.
The county is committed to fostering a positive work environment as we attract, train, develop, engage, and respect our workforce. Our staff is committed to developing new and exciting programs for citizens by providing a safe environment that promotes health and wellness, engaging our citizens in healthy living, providing alternative methods of transportation both within and outside of the county, and maintaining a positive work environment is imperative to Washington County's success as being a landmark where people choose to live, work, and play.
The Department of Human Resources is responsible for the county's most valuable resource, a staff of 766 full-time employees and 547 part-time employees. The county hosted its first ever Student Government Day in October. A student representative from each public high school was selected to participate in a one-day program where students sat in on a commissioner meeting and received an overview about the duties and responsibilities from each county division and department. The county is planning to continue this initiative as a way for youth to get involved in local government. Census 2020 is upon us. Planning and Zoning would like to remind all citizens to complete their census. This will allow for the most accurate information and tracking and also determines funding levels for Washington County. Parks and Recreation have been busy with several projects and new programming. Parking lots were repaved at multiple park locations, shade structures and benches were installed at Marty Snook Pool, and upgrades are coming to the playgrounds at Marty Snook and regional parks. The new Garrish Shop Road Water Trail Park is also scheduled to be completed in the upcoming year. The Recreation Department hosted St. Patrick's Day Run Fest, princess and superhero parties, along with several other activities. They also added several new events that included Summer Rec Fest held at the end of May as a kickoff to summer, a youth golf clinic in the fall at Black Rock Golf Course. An upgrade was made to RecTrack software to improve the registration process for recreation activities, and strategic partnerships were formed with various organizations that will help to provide affordable programming to the citizens of Washington County. In the upcoming year, Recreation is hoping to grow youth sports by offering a seasonal youth sports league for each season and hosting a volleyball summer camp clinic. There are also plans to extend the reach of county programs to rural areas including Boonesboro, Sharpsburg, Clear Spring, Hancock, Smithsburg, and Cascade. Black Rock Golf Course celebrated 30 years of business in April. Ryan Crabtree was named as the new golf manager with hopes of expanding the impact of Black Rock beyond the course. The first golf and brew event was held featuring a tournament, live music, and craft brews. The course also continues to offer whole sponsorships to increase local business exposure to golfers. While golfers are busy out on the course, county streets are filled with riders on Washington County Transit. Transit mobilized a new app titled Route Shout, which helps riders know exactly where and when the bus will arrive. 4 additional bus shelters were installed this past year to ease the level of comfort while waiting for the bus, and funding has been secured for 6 new transit buses. Transit also continues to offer advertisement opportunities on their transit buses. Having easy accessibility to transportation to get from point A to point B is essential to quality of life. The Hagerstown Regional Airport is an asset for citizens looking to travel outside the area while serving as a local economic driver. Beginning in early June, Hagerstown Regional Airport began offering flights to Myrtle Beach, which saw great success in ridership. A $6 million terminal expansion is underway, which is expected to be completed in the spring of 2021. HGR looks to continue flights to Myrtle Beach in Florida and host Wings and Wheels Expo in the fall. The county looks forward to the design and development at HGR as it continues to serve as an important economic driver in Washington County.
The county has celebrated many economic development successes over the past year. Our staff has been actively attracting new businesses to Washington County, while existing businesses continue to serve the driving force behind the success of our local economy. Both large and small businesses continue to grow and develop, allowing for greater opportunities with tourism, entertainment, and development. We are proud to be part of a community that is paving the way for businesses to succeed and grow, making Washington County an ideal place to live, work, and play.
In 2019, the Department of Business Development celebrated 60 years of economic development in Washington County. 60 years of business was also celebrated by 3 influential businesses in our community: Volvo, Bowman, and AT&T. The Chamber of Commerce also celebrated 100 years in Washington County. The county has continued working closely with HCC President Dr. James Klauber and several local stakeholders to establish Washington County as an ACT work-ready community. Business and economic development has remained progressive in 2019, with a total of over $927 million in projects that have been completed, are under development, or have been announced. 240 jobs have been added to the county from completed projects, with an additional 1,900 proposed jobs to come with new development. Significant investments in attraction include the I-81 Industrial Center next to the recently finished Creighton Boulevard project, North Point Development, Fort Ritchie, and New Heights Industrial Park, which is working to restore the former Fairchild plant. There were also several significant expansion investments, including R&L Carrier's relocation to Greencastle Pike, Boom and Newgate expansion, and ICO Industry. The collaboration between the town of Williamsport, the county, the state of Maryland, and the National Park Service, forming a private-public partnership, led to the completion of the Conacajig Aqueduct Restoration Project and the groundbreaking for the new C&O Canal National Historical Park and Visitor Center in Williamsport. Total investment will be over $26.5 million into tourism in Washington County. The Maryland Theater project was also completed in October, which is now the heart of the Arts and Entertainment District in downtown Hagerstown. Agriculture continues to be a significant part of economic development in Washington County. Palmyra Farm was named as the 2019 Farm of the Year, Delightful Dairy received a visit from the governor during their grand opening, Cushwall Brewery is expanding, and a zoning text amendment was approved in November, allowing for more flexibility for different types of alcohol production facilities in Washington County. As of December 2019, the unemployment rate stands at 3.4% in Washington County, a drop of 0.6% from last year. Notable events and awards include hosting Business Appreciation Week in October, where the team visited over 60 local businesses, Project Wormburner, where site developers were provided a tour of Washington County and our economic development assets, Secretary of Commerce Kelly Scholes hosted a workforce development roundtable at HCC, Congressman Trone hosted an economic development roundtable, a regional broadband meeting was held in Hagerstown and both Senator Van Hollen and Senator Cardin were in attendance, Everything About Hemp workshop with over 100 attendees to learn more about hemp manufacturing and development in Washington County, and receiving the Best Small Community Economic Development Marketing Campaign Award for Making Connections. Governor Hogan made several visits to the county as well. He attended the grand opening of the Maryland Theater, the ribbon cutting of the Conacajig Aqueduct, and groundbreaking of the C&O Canal National Historical Park Headquarters and Visitor Center, and attended the grand opening of Delightful Dairy. The Public Relations and Marketing Department launched both a new website and a mobile app. The goal of both products is to better serve, engage, and communicate with citizens, businesses, and stakeholders in the community. The PR team also helped with the third year of organizing a county tour for the Cultural Exchange Mentoring Program. Students toured the Hagerstown Regional Airport, 911 Communication Center, 2019 Ag Expo, Black Rock Golf Course, and attended a Board of County Commissioners meeting. The Division of Information Systems rolled out a technology-related security awareness training program for county staff. The GIS planimetric data was updated, part of which was funded by an Appalachian Regional Commission grant. And the migration of moving the county's email system to Microsoft 365 was completed. For the second year, the Convention and Visitors Bureau hosted the 2019-2020 USA Cycling Amateur Road National Championships on the roads in Washington County. In June 2019, over 500 athletes and their families came to Washington County to participate in this nationally acclaimed race. Different races were held across the county, from time trials in Clear Spring and Boonesboro to a downtown criterium in Hagerstown. A special thanks to the Highway Department for helping install detour signs, closing roads, and supplying flaggers for the race. Over $1.7 million was spent in direct tourism from this 4-day cycling event.
Washington County remains committed to providing the best services to our citizens. Creating sustainable and successful partnerships with each municipality, business, and organization is why we are here. We are grateful to each of you for the influence you have in making Washington County the best place to live, work, and play.